What do you think?
Okay, so if you were sharing about something that happened to you,
Yeah.
would you limit it? I don't know, like, well, if you're asking for advice, I think it's probably good to get a wide variety of perspectives, especially if they're not involved in the situation, so then it's more objective, right?
Right.
But if someone says to you, hey, like, I don't think you should be telling people what happened to you because I think that's gossip, would they be correct?
It depends on, I think, I'm answering all the questions.
Wait, sorry, and you're
You're involved.
You're
so something-
involved, and someone
something
says
happened to
that's
you,
gossip.
and someone's saying, hey, you know, don't talk about this with other people because, let's just say like something bad happened to you, right? Like someone else did something that's bad to you.
low key.
Well,
Yeah.
it's none of their business. They weren't involved, so it's none of their business for sure. But it's your business because you're involved.
Yeah. So if
That's how I
you
see
share it, then you
have full rights.
if they say, oh, like stop talking about this, it's gossip, then they're probably not right. They're probably wrong.
I think they're wrong. Yeah, because one, they're not involved, right? You're the party that's involved.
Yeah, I like Ingmar's take on it. It's like
Yeah.
if you're like not involved within it and then you talk about it, then that's gossip.
No, I don't think that's what the question was. I think she's saying, like, for example, I'm telling you a story that happened to me, and you're saying, I don't think you should be gossiping. You're telling me, you're like, I think you're gossiping right now, and I
Yeah.
don't want you to do that.
Like let's just
So
say
I don't hear.
I like hit Betsy in the face or
Yeah.
something, right?
Well, I think gossip stems like gossip is so subjective, right? Then
Right, it is pretty
Like we're trying to define that right now, but I
Yeah.
feel like where we're all coming from is like, oh, gossip is negative. It's usually
Yeah.
that's what I feel like we all agree. The consensus is that gossip is like a negative kind of news.
Yeah.
It's negative.
Well, I don't think ultimately.
No, it's
Yeah.
I
not.
don't think ultimately it doesn't have to be negative.
Yeah, it's true because like if someone gets pregnant,
Yeah.
and it's
Mhm.
like
Like,
they're
it's
just
like-
like, oh,
so-
keep it on. Like we don't want to announce it yet.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Or, like, even,
it's
like,
sensitive information.
It is
Sensitive
Yeah,
or
it's
confidential?
Same with rumors. I think it could be both.
It's so
Yeah.
gossip is more sensitive information that
Uh-huh.
belongs to the like you don't have the rights to
Yeah, you
release
don't,
it.
exactly.
Like you don't have the rights to release it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like moms probably talk about this all the time, like, oh, my son or daughter got into this university, and then someone else's mom takes that information, like, oh, this person's son or daughter got into this in this university or something like that. That's still considered gossip, but it's also like positive news too, right?
Mm.
So like, what it's you're talking about other people's business,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not necessarily like confidential, but it's kind of again someone else's business. But that's also still considered gossip,
yeah.
even though it's positive. But yeah.
Yeah.
But
Right.
back to your question
Yeah.
on whether so in the case of it being negative, so something
Yeah.
bad happened to
It's-
you,
mhm.
and you're trying to seek advice from people,
Yeah.
and you're telling them about this whole entire story, and then, for example, you're telling Ingmar,
Mhm.
and then Ingmar says, "Don't gossip."
Yeah.
Are you asking if that's
Would
right?
he be right in saying that to me, or would I be? Yeah. Would he be right or wrong? Essentially, like who is wrong in that situation? Me for telling people what happened to me, or him for telling me not to tell people what happened?
I think it also depends on your intention of telling
Yeah,
me,
for sure.
right? Like, if your intention of telling me was to maybe see how this person acted, or like kind of like really putting down others, or maybe that's the
Like
intention.
slandering.
Slandering other people's names, exactly.
Yeah.
So if it was that was your intention, and then I was maybe saying something like that to you, saying like maybe you shouldn't talk so ill about whoever, Cindy or whatever. right?
Yeah. Like if Cindy did something bad to me, and I was just
Yeah.
telling
Just, like,
everyone, oh my
all the
gosh,
bad things,
yeah.
as opposed to like this is what objectively this is what happened to
Yeah.
me.
It's like, what are you seeking by telling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. Like, what's your purpose in telling?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it was something that I was seeking advice for, and then it could be perceived as slander, but that's not my intention. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, but I don't think you can affect how the person receives it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You do have control on how you deliver
Yeah.
your story, right? There's wisdom, I think, in that. But ultimately, you can't control how people perceive
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
Also, how they react, right? Because
Yeah.
I can only say what happened to me, and then what people do with that information, that's not, the onus is not on me to control that.
Yeah.
It's kind of their responsibility to keep it confidential, and then if they spread it, then they're gossiping, not me. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, we should also take what they say with a grain of salt. As in, like, evaluate if we are slandering their name or not. It's like, oh, wait, shoot. Am I actually doing that? It's like reflecting. It's like when someone tells you to do something and it's kind of just like in your face straight up, like, oh, I'm offended by that. But why am I offended? Maybe, like, look at it to see if they had some hint of truth in it, and then evaluate and be smart and wise about what they're saying, and then see if like they're actually telling the truth or if they're just being like ignorant. So, because if they're being ignorant, you could just ignore it and just write it off, right? Because then it's just like whatever. But if they have some hint of truth, then I think like it's like wise to take in people's advice to like a certain degree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to take it all in, but it's like, oh wait, shoot, let me pause for a second and let me see if this is actually beneficial towards my well-being or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if someone's accusing you of gossip and you're not, then just ignore it.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, it's on their end to not jump to conclusions, because I think people do that, like, to do that a lot. It's like, oh, wait, you're, like, doing this X, Y, and Z. Like, just, like, you gotta, like, hear people out. Like, both parties kind of have to, like, just really just chill and hear each other out.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. So leave a comment section
below.
below.
And let us know
What do you
think.